I'm Niranjan De Silva. Music is one of my passions, and I've been working with choirs for how many years? Maybe, over 30 years. And I've worked with some of the best choirs in Sri Lanka. And somewhere around 2009, we thought of starting our own little choir for various reasons. And there were a few of us who got together and started OKTAVE. And seated next to me is one of those gentlemen who was a founder member of OKTAVE. And many of them came from the choir of St. Mary's Church, Bambalapitia.
Good people, Lord, this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending His beloved Son with all our hearts and souls and might. To God we pray, it's Christmas time.
I'm Shanta Deandrado, and as Niranjan explained to you, I am one of the founder members of OKTAVE, and it has been an absolute pleasure working with the choir from its inception in way back as 2009. And it has, for me, singing has always been something that I really love to do, because it's kind of in my blood. And when Niranjan first pitched this idea of doing a Celtic Christmas cantata,
Bethlehem upon that moon, there was a blessed Messiah born. With all our hearts and souls and minds, to God we pray this Christmas time.
The members of OKTAVE, some of them are directors of their own choirs. So strange kind of lineup. And the reason that they like to come and sing with OKTAVE is because they don't get a chance to sing, because they are directing their own choirs. And we also this year have a nice combination where we have two generations singing in the choir. So there are parents, children and their children all singing in the same choir. Very interesting.
Hi, my name is Jason Senanayaka and I sing tenor with OKTAVE along with my dad, Uncle Jehan and hi.lk.
Hi, I'm Lauren Williams-Bastians. I sing the alto line in OKTAVE, and I'm one of the few choir members who doesn't know the Hallelujah chorus yet.
Arise and shine, your light will come on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Arise and shine, your light will come on Christmas Day in the morning.
One of our members, Jehan Bastians, who is one of the leading drama personalities in Sri Lanka, said, why don't we do something online or something like that? We need to do something. To me, listening to Celtic music, it's light, it's somewhat different to the kind of stuff we've been doing. And we came across this beautiful Christmas cantata, Celtic Christmas cantata called Tidings of Joy.
On Christmas Day the people sing to Shehara, news the angels bring.
Arise and shine, your light will come on Christmas Day, on Christmas.
My usual role with OKTAVE is to accompany the choir. So it was a nice break that I had a full orchestra backing the choir, and I was able to use my hands and legs to direct the choir rather than thumping some keys.
nice to see Niranjan conducting, because like he said, usually he conducts with his hands and his feet, and this time he was all over. And it was quite enjoyable to see that, because all of us, but like he said, we have our own choirs to direct and conduct, but it was nice to be conducted for once.
Did you say that I normally conduct with my hands and legs, and what was I conducting with this time?
I was just going according to what you were saying, hands and legs.
No, I normally conduct with my head, because I'm playing an instrument.
Yeah, so your hands and legs are playing and you're conducting with your head. Your entire carcass is doing something.
Okay, I was just getting worried as to what you meant.
My musical background, I guess you can say, started when I was less than a year old, because the a cappella group Revelations used to practice at my place.
My music background started as I was in the womb, as it were. My parents met singing at church. They've been singing. They were singing when I was in the womb. They were singing afterwards as well. I was always backstage for their performances. So, you know, I think it starts young.
News of great joy and of great love. News of our blessed Savior's birth.
And it's a full-length cantata, 42 minutes of music, which is, I think, very different to what a lot of others have done. And since the video came in, we also decided to record the 10 songs in 10 different locations, including locations out of Colombo. So we did 7 churches, we did the Lionel event, we did 2 houses, we did an outdoor shoot, and so it's very, very different and a lot of hard work, but I think it paid off. It was worth it.
Our audience was a camera which we carted literally all around Sri Lanka, from the churches, most of the churches in Colombo, to the Lionel event, to Hunter's End in Piliandala, and even to Christchurch, Morley, in the Hatton district.
Shining with grace, come see the Lord of life. Follow the star that leads to the light, look to the silver sky.
He sent us the music, he sent us a practice track, and next thing we knew, we were recording in the studio. And then the next part was doing the video, which was even greater, because Jehan and his wife Nedra, they directed the video shoot, and to me, it was absolutely fantabulous.
I'm very proud of how the video came out.
Exactly, yeah.
Some of the shoots were pretty tough. We had one where we were just attacked by mosquitoes from all ends. You remember that? Sometimes we were just sweating through layers of clothing.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, the production team went above and beyond to make sure we were well fed, hydrated, and comfortable. So
Well
I mean,
fed.
well fed, well fed. So I can't complain at all. And I think again, the production came out beautifully in the end. Like, it came out very well.
Follow the star that leads to the light, look to the silver sky. Come, let us adore Him. Come, let us adore Him. On the prophet shines a promise, glory stars of truth and right, gleaming from the heart of heaven, leading through the gloom of night.
I think one advantage that we have within our group is that we have our own facilities. Like, we've got a audio recording studio, which is absolute high tech. It's cutting edge technology in there, and now, thanks to COVID, we branched out into video as well. So we have top end cameras, we have all the facilities, the editing facilities to do our own production. So we don't have to think in terms of a call sheet for recordings, or a time limit for doing a video. We can take our time. We don't like what we recorded, we just go back and do it again, because from a commercial point of view, there is no additional cost incurred.
We both have both our parents in the choir. Personally, for me, I've worked with my parents before a lot, but one is nagging at you on one end about your hair, the other one about your makeup.
I can relate to the hair.
Someone else is adjusting your clothes. Smile, sit up straight, look at the camera.
In my case though, at least for this particular thing, to be able to sing with my parents, and in fact to be able to sing with the older generation of singers, the more experienced generation, is, I would say it was really motivating, because I mean, these people have been singing since before we were born, right? And to be a part of the same group as they are just makes you feel really good.
I was told once that when we were actually filming at his residence, and we all had to go and put something on the Christmas tree. And then I was told that there was a huge grasshopper on my back, which I didn't know about. And henceforth, they called me Grasshopper for some apparent reason. And he's the one who started it actually, because he loves to make up names for people, you know. And
Yeah.
he's very good at it.
But I'm actually very worried because I couldn't find that grasshopper after that.
My favorite song that we did for the cantata was the Silent Stars Go By.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that's one. The one we did at Scottskirk, because I love the song. I love all the songs in the cantata. I have a very eclectic taste in music, so I love very European, very Celtic sounds. They're really lovely to listen to and also to sing. But that song specifically, because I really love the shoot we did for it, just the candles, the ambience, the lighting, the mist, all of it was really
Quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite was, of course, Comfort and Joy. That's God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. I don't know, for some reason I really vibed with that song. You know, it was a really upbeaty, very Scottish. Actually, this entire cantata has incorporated a lot of Scottish tunes. I mean,
Scottish, Gaelic, Irish.
yeah.
God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
Even those people who are unable to make it for the performances for various things, they've also given a spot in the video with those people who are on maternity leave had a little spot with their children, which I thought was really nice.
It was very cute.
Yeah, it was.
Tidings of Joy. The piece I liked the most was the finale, which is titled A Song of a Merry Christmas, where you have the whole piece culminating, and it has a whole lot of common carols which has put into which has a Celtic flavor, which is what I like the most, and it was the crown moment of glory.
I have never seen something like this being done in Sri Lanka by a choir. By individual people, yes, definitely. But not by an entire choir, you know, where we go to various locations, film different songs at different locations.
So whatever we are to embark on next has to be at an even better level. So whether it would be, and probably it would be video, because something I've realized thanks to COVID is that performance on the stage, it has a lot of positives for a performer. The feeling you get when you have an appreciative audience, the applause, the togetherness, performing together, those are all fantastic, but it's still for the moment. Whereas if it is video, there is the posterity factor also comes into it, and you have something for life, something that maybe in a few years' time when I'm in happy retirement, I can look at some of these videos and say, hey, I even did that.
Come make a joyful, happy noise. Come to the music, lift your voice. Now let the world as one rejoice. Sing of a Merry Christmas.
It's available on YouTube on Niranjan De Silva's music library to watch it anytime. And
You can search for it using the title Tidings of Joy. I guess to wrap up, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Rejoice, rejoice, for Christ is born on Christmas Day the morning. The tidings of the joy, the tidings of the joy, the joy,
I remember as a child with lots of life, Christmas was a time of presents, fun and right, family and friends would dine, all things lovely, all things fine. The carols that we sing at church as bells would ring would always herald things often told, old yet gold.
Hi, my name is Liyanage and I am a person who's been singing for over 20 years. I'm a founding member of Soul Sounds, which is Sri Lanka's first female choir that competed at an overseas competition and won. I've also taught as a teacher at the Soul Sounds Academy. I taught for over 13 years singing, and I was a trainer of the choirs that competed in foreign competitions that won gold medals. In addition to that, I'm also a writer. I have a blog called Owl Muses, which is www.owlmuses.com. And I also do a corporate job, because all these things are things I love, but my corporate job keeps me, pays my bills. So I work in tea. I've been working in tea for over 10 years.
Promise me, you 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 promise me, you
This Christmas Time is the name of the song I composed. I wrote the lyrics and I did the tune along with somebody else, but unfortunately I can't mention his name because he doesn't want to be mentioned.
And in the midst of all of this was a heart of gold, a selfless soul who made things happen so naturally, transformed her house into a home, who came back each year.
And it's a Christmas song that is a bit different. So to give you a little bit of background about this Christmas time, 6 years ago, I lost somebody very dear to me, my mother's younger sister, who was like a mother figure to my brother and I. She died of cancer, and she died on the 4th of December. So we had 2 weeks to process that she was not going to make it. It was really hard. I said goodbye to her on a phone call. She was in the US, I was here. She was the one person I never thought would die, because, you know, you always assume people will live forever. She was only 62. And that year Christmas, 2015 Christmas, was really hard. That Christmas night, I sat down, I didn't go anywhere. I cried for a good 5 minutes because it hit me that she was no longer there. She's a person who made our house a home. She's a person who gave meaning to Christmas. And when she wasn't there, it was like somebody had pulled the rug from under me.
So now I still put up that tree. I decorate the house like it should be. I invite my friends and family. Try to bring back that old home feel.
3 years ago, I wrote this. I'm not a musician person, as in a composer per se, but I'm a writer. So I wrote a song and I kept it on my laptop, and I told myself, someday I will do this song. About 8 months ago, with COVID, with the current situation, so many people have lost loved ones. This year has been particularly hard for some of my friends, my close people I know who've lost their loved ones due to COVID, due to cancers, due to various things. And I thought, well, this song really would resonate with people and I should do it.
What I remember most was the feel that Christmas boast as we gathered all around despite our troubles, flaws and woes, a family, a home.
My first taste of composing came with a song I did called Promised Land with Soundari, she's a director of Soul Sounds, and we did it for the Easter attacks. We did it for a concert that was a fundraiser, and I wrote the lyrics for that song, Promised Land. And that was the first time I actually dabbled with, composing.
It was a great day that was to dawn, a cheerful brightness that Easter morn.
So this Christmas time, like I said, it was an idea in my head. So I asked a friend, who can I work with to work on this song? And I spoke to this person, like I said, I can't mention his name, he doesn't want his name mentioned. So he and I sat down and I told him, okay, so these are the lyrics, here's the tune in my head. And he said, okay, what kind of feel do you want? So I gave him a few references.
So now I still burn up that tree.
So anyway, me and this other person, we worked on the song. In 2 days we finished it. So I was really happy. And then I wanted someone who could sing it, who could really give it that feel, that absolute boost that I felt the song had. And so I asked my dear friend, Shehara Liyanage. She's a fellow member of Soul Sounds. She has an amazing voice, so versatile, and she, I knew, would do justice to this song. So I spoke to Sheh and I said, Sheh, please, will you do this for me? It's a project for my aunt. And at first she was trying to convince me to do it, but I said, no, you're the only one who can do it well. So she agreed.
Still my heart, it does not feel how it once used to be.
I wanted to work with some really good people. So I got Ashane Bernard. Ashane happens to be somebody I know. He's my brother's classmate. So I said, can you please play? He was also suggested by the guy I worked on the song with. And then for guitars, I actually wanted electric guitars. I wanted an edge to the song because, grief is not a pretty thing. I didn't want this song to sound like a lullaby or something where you fall asleep at the end of it. I wanted it to have like a bit of a raw edge because pain, grief, loss is raw. It's not a pretty feeling, right? So I wanted that coming out in the song. So I wanted electric guitars. And so I was recommended Ranil Gunavardhana, so I worked with Ranil on this one. And then for production, I worked with Ranga Dasanayaka and Pearl Bay Music because Ranga, we worked with before he did Promised Land for Soul Sounds. I know Ranga is capable of doing a really good job.
Empty space you left, it's killing me. So where are you now? This Christmas time.
So one thing I learned working with a musician is the economy of words, right? You can't say everything you want to say, but as a writer, I would like to put it out there. So with him, I cut down a lot of stuff. We trimmed it and we made it a little bit more easy to sort of sing and read. But of course, Shehara was like, there's a lot of words, Leela. I said, yeah, but they're meaningful. And the chorus, where I talk about a Christmas tree, because that was really a symbol of our home. See, my aunt was very important because she's a person who buffered us from a lot of heartache growing up in a very challenging home. But I still put up that tree, I decorate the house like it should be. That's part of the chorus because those are things that symbolize Christmas, and that was what my aunt represented, right? So even though she's no longer there, she's been gone 6 years, right? It's still nostalgic. It still brings back. And I think for a lot of people, they can connect with it. And from the feedback I've got from people so far, it's been, we understand, which is great because I think that's important to know.
And in the midst of all of this was a heart of gold, a selfless soul who made things happen into a home who came back each year.
This is why I enjoyed composing this. I felt it's a really new frontier for me. I mean, it's not the first time it's been done, but for me it was something really new, and I felt really good doing it, and I hope to do more new music as well. This is like a baby step, first step, and I hope it's a good step.
This Christmas time.
This Christmas Time is available it's on YouTube, so the lyric video is on YouTube, and it's also available on iTunes, Spotify, and other big music platforms. So please do check it out, download, and let me know what you think. Big thank you to Hi TV and the Curtain Call for having me. I'm really privileged and honored. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And also to Danu Inasitambi, who gave me this opportunity. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated. I'm so glad there are programs like this for upcoming artists. So thanks a lot, guys.